Hey, what's going on to all of my Taurus out there? So let's get into it. So you have the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, the Fool, the Four of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, okay, the Judgment, and last but not least, you have the Magician. Okay, so the Nine of Swords, the first three cards, which are the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Fool for you, Taurus, they all represent how a lot of you, Taurus, are already starting to get to know somebody on that romantic level. The Nine of Swords represents you may be a little bit timid to do so and open up, because Taurus is not your most open zodiac sign when it comes to meeting new people, right? Taurus is very much so conservative when it comes to meeting new people. They like to have their chosen few around them, and a lot of y'all like to essentially rock out with those chosen few forever, you know? And that's good. It means that you have loyalty. But at the same time, a lot of you Taurus understand that the only way that you're going to actually get to the type of love that you want, you will actually have to open up a little bit. The Ten of Pentacles and the Fool represents the type of people whom you're opening up to. So you are opening up to some people. But what I'm seeing here is that things are going your way so far. Right? I should say so far through the reading. But there's a Fool, but the Fool represents relax, have fun, learn to enjoy yourself. If it doesn't work out, who cares? As long as your life is not in danger, as long as you don't have an STD, and as long as you don't have a bump, if you catch my drift, you're good. You're good. So the Four of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles for you, Taurus, represents how you want to show people that you're from something, that you have class, that you have dignity, right? You want to meet somebody that has dignity just like you do. But a lot of you Taurus are going to have to understand that not everybody has that level of dignity. So you will have to learn that sometimes, regardless of how fly you Taurus may be, just because you fly does not necessarily mean that everybody is going to be fly along with you. There's going to be some people out here who are going to be a little bit raggedy, you know, they're going to be a little bit janky. So, you know, you shouldn't necessarily be so worried about the height and too much body weight, right? Of course, there is limitations on that. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that, you know, allow your dating options to be just a little bit more flexible, right? You don't want to limit yourself. Me, I've dated plus size, athletic, petite. I've dated taller than me, shorter than me, same height, dark skin, light skin, different hair textures, different color eyes. You understand? So when you have people out here with all these preferences, Taurus, regardless of whether it's you or other people, it puts a limit on what you could potentially end up with, because you're making it more and more specific to what it is that you want, which limits the dating pool or the dating market because of it. Hold on a second. Go ahead. Which limits the dating market because of it, because you're making something more and more specific. So now you're out here in a situation where, because something is super specific, of which is what you want, now you're effectively eliminating all of the other potential people that could really be good for you, right? For something, for a very specific type. So if you ask me, this is just my own perspective, everybody should be a little bit flexible with what it is that they say that they want. Because if something is so much of a type, Taurus, what's going to happen here is that, like I said, you'll overlook a lot of the people as to the people who really would be good for you, though, right? And it's not just with you, it's with anybody. That's why it is that I've dated taller than me, shorter than me, plus size, skinny, petite, athletic, different skin tones, darker, real dark, real light, hair, makeup, weave, natural hair, different hair textures, Chinese, black, white, all of that stuff. Because if you really out here trying to essentially date, then you're gonna give it a try, right? The Three of Cups and the Five of Pentacles represents how this is a situation where you need to understand that what's next is that while you're out here dating, be honest with everybody. Be 100% honest with everybody. Let everybody know, hey, listen, you're out here, you're dating, you're not necessarily trying to get a whole lot of people's attention per se, but you are out here trying to get to know somebody, and now you're trying to get to know a lot of different people at the same time. There's a way for you to date multiple people without having to date one person at a time. The best way for you to do that is to tell people, but not bring anybody home, right? When you're dating people, really get to know them, right? And limit how many people you date. Don't date so many people to the point where you mix them up. Date like one or two people at a time, right? So let's just say, for instance, you have like 50 different people. You have 50 different numbers, right? Date two of those people at a time and create a process of elimination. If one of those people aren't for you, then you delete their number, right? You text them, you say, hey, listen, you don't think things are going to work out. You delete their number and you keep it pushing. Then you continue to date the same person, right? That did make it past the cut. And if they don't make it past the cut, then you move on to the next two. So it's like that. Because what's going to happen here is that if you date so many people, 4 or 5 people at a time, 10 people at a time, you're going to end up getting things confused due to the fact that you're dating so many people, so many different names, birthdays, backgrounds, phone numbers, locations, right? Right? The way that they talk, the way that they act, mannerisms. You're going to end up confusing one and calling one the other, or you know what I'm saying? Getting them confused and all this other type of stuff. And the thing is that then that's going to be a problem, because now it's how come you're not able to tell who's who. And this is where the Five of Pentacles, like I was talking about to you, Taurus, create a process of elimination. The Two of Cups, date 2 people. I'm ahead of myself. Date 2 people at the same time, and then go ahead and create that process of elimination until you get to one person. Keep eliminating them based upon them not being compatible with you, right? And if that's the case, until you get to one person. If none of them are compatible with you, cross them all off and date another like 10 or a couple, 5 or whatever, and do the same thing. Don't look to have any kind of physical intimacy with any of them until they've really made it through that time being with you. Unless they put in that type of time, that type of quality time, then you do that, right? The Judgment and the Magician represents this being a situation for you where what you need to do is understand that you're in a position of power, Taurus, where you have a lot of people who you can talk to at this time. You have your freedom. You're not in a relationship. You're single. You can speak to many different people, right? But at the same time, even though that's the case, what you really want to understand is understand that you need to use this time wisely. Be wise with how it is that you spend your time. Let's clarify the Judgment. Be very specific about how it is that you date. You got to get out, yo. Come on. Come on, I'm doing something. There's been all kinds of chaos going on. Come on. Come on. Come on. That was my cat. There's been all types of stuff going on. Lawn mowers, blenders going on, and now the cat wants to get attention. It's just too much. So I had to put my cat out of my room. But the thing is to clarify the Judgment, we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, and then you have the Seven of Cups. So the Eight of Pentacles here represents, oh, wow. Okay. The Eight of Pentacles represents you. Well, the Judgment is you need to have better judgment of the people who you're hanging around. Thus the process of elimination. Because you're not allowing anybody to just come through and tell you some stuff that they think you would like to hear and then get what they get. You're actually dating multiple people. You have options, right? And you're really you're dating around, you're shopping around. The Eight of Pentacles represents this being a situation for you where what you want to do is you want to date responsibly, just as I've been saying. The Eight of Swords is try not to allow yourself to become bitter, right? Where if one situation doesn't work out for you, then you get angry and you get frustrated. This is what we call the process of elimination. You still have a lot of options. Date, right? Still continue to hang out with other people. As long as you're controlling yourself and it's not getting to physical intimacy and you're dating, you're good, right? Because truth be told, to get a little bit deeper into that, knowing if somebody is really real for you or if somebody is fake, it's not hard for you to figure it out. You'll know between one time you choose to hang out with them. And then you have the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is all about how you need to understand that what's going on here is you have a lot of options, and so do they. Especially if somebody has some self-respect, they're going to have a lot of options. So you really shouldn't be tripping out about if they're cheating on you because the two of you are not together. They shouldn't be worried about if you are cheating on them because the two of you are just getting together. Just hang out with the person. Hold on. Just hang out with the person. Get to know them. Don't be out here in a situation where you're getting jealous or they're getting jealous. If a person is getting jealous, then it means that it's time for them to leave. And when I say leave, I mean it's time for them to leave your presence. So you have to tell them off, not in a disrespectful way, but tell them that they are not the type of people who you would like to see long term. Or you just ghost, right? And that depends too. Depending on if you know that it's going to be a problem, then you should ghost. Because at that point, there's no talking to them. Let's clarify the Magician. Ace of Wands, Two of Pentacles, the Hierophant. The Ace of Wands is about how you should be using your mind, your intelligence, right? Your wisdom, your experience to cut through to the BS. You will know very soon, even with all the people whom you're hanging out with, if those people are really for you. The Four of Pentacles, the Hierophant represents Taurus. The Four of Pentacles represents use this to your advantage. Four of Pentacles, don't be so quick to get into any kind of physical intimacy with anybody. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. I'm trying to get this YouTube channel to 2,500 subscribers by the end of the year. Right now, we're currently sitting at 2,348 subscribers. Please keep continuing to smash the like button, the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and click it to all so you can get notified whenever I drop these videos. Peace.